It was about 20 to 9 on a Saturday morning when a passing motorist noticed that there were some men in the churchyard and he thought they looked suspicious. He stopped and challenged them, and they told him that they were doing community service for the church. He didn't think this was convincing, and he phoned the police, and they came down, by which time the gentlemen had actually moved on in their van.
In this situation, we had a theft of lead from the roof of this church. In the past, quite often the investigations ground to a halt because there was no possibility of linking the actual item that was stolen to an individual.
Though they denied having removed any lead, the police were subsequently able to prove through the SmartWater identification that the lead was from this church.
We were able to utilise SmartWater to link the actual item that was stolen back to an individual, which of course then led to a prosecution. If the criminal gets to know that, hang on a minute, this building is marked up with SmartWater, they will not be tempted to actually carry out the crime.
I hope the criminal fraternity realises that churches are now becoming proactive in taking steps to make sure that things stolen can be identified, and I'm hoping that more and more churches will use the SmartWater method.
It's a deterrent, it's a deflection device, and we're always keen to find additional deflection devices.
I think now that we have the technology to identify quite clearly where stolen metal has come from, one would hope that scrap metal merchants would adopt that sort of culture of responsibility to actually work with the community in identifying the source of the things that they're buying.
We have a very good working relationship with the scrap metal and recycling merchants in the Colchester area. We've had this arrangement for several years where we share information. Not only do we give information, we get information back. At the end of the day, that will then send another message to the criminals. Hang on a minute, if I'm likely to take this item down to the scrap metal merchant, I could then lead to be being prosecuted.
Our churches are great repositories of many national treasures. We hold these things on behalf of the nation, and so hopefully people will feel that we're taking that seriously and that we are taking steps to protect things for future generations.